sense of humor.
She does, doesn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. She said, ouch. You know, like, but maybe say, like, come back.
Come back, kid.
Yeah.
You said in your last press conference that you will not support Raila for the presidency. Why?
I told them 3 months ago that it's you know, for me, Mombasa comes first. The small picture built to the bigger picture. I can tell you, a lot of us who are in the know cannot have a Mombasa where Joho is governor and Raila is president. I told them that 3 months ago.
Why not?
And I mean it.
Why not?
Because of Raila's inability to contain the excesses. You know, Jeff, you say it in a rally repeatedly, that utatamba katika serikali ya mtu. Utaingia katika mlango wa nyuma, utoke mlango wa mbele. And the first thing you do is to give us some guy called Harub to be Speaker of Mombasa. Sheer audacity or sheer ridicule. The second thing you will hear is Punjani's county secretary, and probably some brother is minister for finance. Mm. So I think there's a point at which, as I said, the joke must end. So maybe, labda sote hatufahamu, but there are few of us ambao wanafahamu and care quite a bit for this county. We must stand as an impediment to total disintegration and decay of that county. And secondly is politics. It's called quid pro quo. You don't support me, I don't support you. You support me, I support you. So it's quid pro quo. So I think people think that there's kuna deni in supporting somebody. Mm. I'm telling you, I've seen a litany of bloggers writing off, oh, your history of reforms are tarnished. It's wrong when I say, don't take up. Why do you take up? You know, today, Jeff, do what you must. Steal as much. You'll be received heroically by the reformers. We will accuse you of all the drug money. The reformers will still give you space. You come with a dime, you buy the entire space. Look at all these young people who are reformers with me, so to speak. Poor guys have remained, you know, doing blogging. Poor guys in secretariats. Wakiniona natuambia umetusahau, naambia mimi sijawasahau, mimi nilichomoka. Because they don't have the money or the capacity to sustain a war front. They don't get themselves voted. They're waiting for to be technical. And they're technical, almost relegated to squalor. So I think, so you look at what we call the reformist cadre. It's been left behind. Kidero will come with his mountain of cash, he becomes Nairobi governor. Yeah. Joe will come with his mountain of cash, he becomes Mombasa governor. You want to tell me you couldn't find a progressive young person to be the senator of Kisii? Only. So I think what happens, you look at this other side. Do you want to tell me, I can tell you Sang is not wealthy. He's senator of Nandi. Mm-hmm. And many others. Senator who became governor. Senator who became governor. And a lot of others who might not be wealthy. So we need also to allow the space for ideas. And for me, what is hard, you know, people wanaona ni deni, si deni. Kama ukuniunga mkono, sikuungi mkono. So who are you going to vote for on October 17th? I'm waiting for the Ikuro court case so that I can look for a candidate there. Because we know what Chebukati has done, yes, is to create a run-off situation where it was a repeat situation. So I'm hoping we get a litany of people there. Therefore, we can anchor some of our progressive ideas. And you know, people think I'm afraid of my own ideas or I'm afraid of my own opinions. You can throw all the venom on the social media. You can call me all sorts of names. But I'm resolute. In life, it's about the conviction you have over positions that you take. Senator Maura, Isaac Maura. Oh, yeah?
He says, Hassan Omar is the ideal leader, young, educated, visionary, and focused. Unfortunately, that's not what the masses always want. They look for someone who resonates with them, and sadly, it's usually not such people. The electorate gets the leaders they deserve.
Thanks, Amora.
Let's check out some tweets. The question we were asking earlier is, was Hassan Omar a little overambitious? Let's see what the folks have to say out there. Tweets coming in very thick and very fast. Lawson, you say Omar should now be recognizing himself for 2022 and stop blaming games. It not work. Okay. Patrick Napil, you say, it's your constitutional right to be ambitious, but don't be so over-ambitious. Kenyans, ODM fraternity misses you big. Senator, come back home. Your thoughts? Clifford Khayumbi, you say, yes, he was so ambitious, wish he could have waited for the Governor Joho to finish his term.
I didn't want him to finish the county. So now we have to go and stop him from finishing the county. There'll be by-elections in Mombasa, by the way, in the next 1 year. That's why I'm reorganizing myself. So what that guy said, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm actually reorganizing myself. There will be a by-election in Mombasa in 1 year's time.
From your lips, because Sultan's running for president in 22. Otieno Okode, he should have defended his seat. In 2013, he bashed non-lawyers, saying the Senate seat was only meant for lawyers. What changed?
I don't know where he was, whoever did that. You know, some people dream of some things and say it.
Frank Riziki, you say, it is his right to be overambitious. It's only a fool who doesn't change their mind. I support Omar. Langat Jeffrey, you say, it was wrong for Wiper not to support him. Mombasa County needs an educated, vibrant character, and Senator is best suited. NASA failed here. All right, let's check some text messages. Joe, he says, yes, he was extremely ambitious. That's Joe. Matthew, he says he was not overambitious. He lacked party support. Okay. Ole Iyale, you say, yes, but we still need him in NASA. All right, let's go to quick Facebook. Leah Malonza Mumbua, you say, he knew very well that he would not get that seat. He could have ran for senatorial seat and wait to be governor in 22, but he made a wrong decision. Talked about that. Jotham Jagger, you say he wasn't at all overambitious. He has the right and call to serve Mombasa people. Omar, never give up. Okay. Odiambo Titus Otieno, you say it was never fair for Hassan to vie for the same post that Joho was for. He made it hard for Kalonzo to campaign for him. Gambler gambled. Oh, that gambler gambled? Okay. 2022 governor with support of Sultan Joho. He's not even smiling. Okay. That's it for now. You know,
I'm telling you, there is no such thing like overambition. This, whatever this seat was meant to be, it was never beyond my reach. I could have reached for that seat. I reached for it, actually. And as I said, I was warned severally when I was coming here by the lawyers not to discuss the merits and demerits of the petition that we have filed. But I believe it is a very strong petition. I can tell you, I will wait for its outcome. That's why I can tell you with certainty that we will have a by-election in 1 year's time. Whether I will run or not run is a different issue altogether. But electoral justice is important. We need to ensure that we end the culture of stealing votes. These private prosecutions NASA is talking about, it's part of my prayers already. Because the people we've talked about, those in prison custody, and a couple of other people have given us extremely important information, points to high level of criminality in the organization and management of Mombasa's county elections. And therefore, it must not only be a declaration and then we go back to business as usual. People must go to jail for subverting popular processes of this nature.
Orie Rogomanduli, she says you need to look yourself in the mirror. He says you should stop your self-delusional nature. She was with you in the NGO world.
It's her opinion.
Dr. Njokis, she's a psychotherapist. She says, Senator Omar, you give youth some hope. Continue keeping the faith.
You know, in a country of this nature, you need to sometimes, Jeff, be bold. Take decisions.
Yeah, there's a difference between bold and stupid, huh?
Bold. I'm bold. I'm not stupid. There's nothing out of reach of a governor position for a person with capacity. It's only when the political system is skewed. There's nothing stupid about that. You need to have audacity. young people need to encourage themselves into the political space. If you are not courageous, you will never find the courage to run against the billionaires who run across the board. I was the only person in the Mombasa governor race who was not a billionaire, by the way. Your friend Shabal is a billionaire. Joho has a CFS. Yes. Awit is said to be a billionaire. We create a culture that only those who are moneyed can seek a certain, have the preserve of seeking certain elective positions. But as we fight or go for these seats, we are evolving the political culture. So you might think it was delusionary, but we are evolving the political culture gradually.
People like Boniface Mwangi, he ran the campaign you're just talking about.
Absolutely, but he made an impact. He made an impact. 15,000 voters, I think, is not a joke. No, a small party. And as I said, you know, for me, somebody was telling me the 44,000 or so voters we got was a roll call of Mombasa Elitary. Yeah. So what happened is the next time, the experience we have is that we need to connect to the broader masses. But the elitary understood us, and unfortunately, elections are not won by elitary as a standalone. So you need to maybe have, you know, break your message into deliverables that can get into the masses. So I am also honest about the experiences I've picked from this election. You know, people in Mombasa thought I was too elitist just by the English I speak. Yeah. They thought I projected myself as too educated, just because sometimes I have an idea they don't understand. So you have made certain mistakes and you have gained certain experiences, and therefore you are honest to yourself. I think there's a report that is extremely candid from some of our friends who've written a report of what we did wrong and what we did right and what we should do differently next time around.
You should have worn shorts and caps, you know, 001, stuff like that, you know.
And bling and be proud of a D-minus. Yeah.
Ahmed Mohammed, a.k.a. Asmali from Eastleigh.
Good guy.
He says a big hi, and he says, Hassan Omar is full of great ideology, interesting narratives, and agenda-based politics. One day, Kenya will get this.
Let me tell you something, though. I must say this. One of the most interesting things I got into politics is people like Asmali, who kept encouraging us. But I've also come to realize, in fact, you know, maybe I'm being a bit personal on this one. When you sometimes interact with people who are extremely ambitious and do not think anything is impossible, then you reach out even to the stars. I can tell you for a fact, my in-laws, you know, like the Somalis somewhat almost always get it right. You know, they voted for government overwhelmingly. By the time Uhuru is naming his cabinet, or for that matter, even if it were Raila, you'll find 4 or 5 cabinet ministers or Somalis and permanent secretaries. They have what is called, they have identified their strength, and they utilize their strength. They know that their strength is in negotiations, their strength is they are an economic majority. They might not be a political majority. So they utilize that strength in a manner that is effective. So I saw, you know, there are some characteristics that you learn from people and you admire. I admire the Luo for its depth in terms of churning out ideas. You go and find another group of people. So I think you pick so much experience from politics. So when I saw Asmali, I got a bit overwhelmed by the Somali support. In fact, the turnaround of my candidacy was largely because of the Somali support I got in Mombasa.
If you were to do it all over again, would you still run for governor?
Yes, Jeff. I have no regrets, as I told you. In fact, I was not going to run for senatorship. So I have no regrets, absolutely. And I will do it again, over and again.
Robert Alai, good friend of yours as well, because you castigated all bloggers. The other day you said women shouldn't marry bloggers.
Listen, no, I mean, Christian Della just understood me. Alai, I didn't mean you. Trust me. But listen, there are people out there. You know, blogging and communication is supposed to be an exciting event. It's supposed to be friendly. It's supposed to be about discourse of ideas. But there's negative blogging of late, and Christian Della just agreed with me here right now. There is negative blogging. You talk about people, their mothers, their fathers. You know, you talk about, like, you see comments that are despicable.
There's fake news all the time.
Absolutely.
Fake news. People make stuff up.
Yeah, so I think that is the kind of negative blogging. It cannot, you know, so it stifles ideas. Yeah, so that's why it creates the Trump kind of a situation. So when those type of bloggers are allowed, it then perverts, it skews, it blurs the ideas. Yeah. So what I'm talking about is about constructive blogging. I personally would have loved to run a blog myself, to sometimes posit my ideas, because you don't have to have all the time to go to mainstream.
Yes.
This media has become quite expansive.
Okay, you got a message here from Buru Buru, Eric Mitches. I support Omar. Eyeing for governor seat is okay. We need sober and young people in power. Kalonzo. Okay. Yeah. And he says, Karibu Jubilee.
But they, people make it appear like it's a taboo. You asked me here when I came in.
Yes.
I used to be afraid, my brother, when I was in NASA, in the strictest sense, to even shake hand with a Jubilee guy at some point, because that perversive nature of politics. You shake hands. Yeah. There was a day Uhuru came and shook hands with me during the State of the Nation address. I said, oh my God. Because it's going. And true to it, then for some reason Uhuru's people posted it on the social media. And I said, have mercy, Lord, have mercy. Why are these guys doing this? Yeah. And true, but the minute it was posted, you are invited. Sometimes my social friends, people like Mukuman and Sang and the rest of them became my friends even in personal, in life. As I saw they will invite me, and they didn't know why I always regretted, because you snapped me. It is that.
And now
they raised it.
And now.
Right now, when sometimes you let go of certain things, you become your own man.
When you exhale, you've exhaled.
Yeah, so used to be even anxious. But that's how bad it is, because somebody will take your picture, and some of my friends like Christian Della will see this, and before you realize, mall, what? Yeah. So it even restricted. In fact, I used to sometimes talk to my wife about it, and she's like, why are you doing it?
They're controlling your life.
What is happening? So I remember once Ruto was coming to and yet I've known Ruto since I was in Moy University when he was Eldoret North MP, and it's not that we've had a bittersweet relationship. He was coming. I could see him coming, and I turned around very, very, very strategically without anybody noticing. It was that bad. So today people ask me, are you going to join Jubilee? And I'm not saying there's anything for me to join, but trust me, people from Jubilee, being human, when you've made a commentary and said you're not going to support this president, they're asking you, but then support us. So it's a conversation people can have out there. But I can tell you, for young people in politics, poor guy, sometimes you may think you're taking a picture with Uhuru Kenyatta, but you could be sinking your career, and it's that bad. Yeah. And I hope we can ease the political environment. Yeah, that politics is not an enmity, that it can extend to being personal in terms of life.
The governor of county number 42 is enjoying the interview very much. Governor will be coming to your county very soon.
Who's that?
Just invite us. The Prof.
Professor Peter Nyang. There are only 3 politicians in this country who have anything to do with ideology.
Go on.
Number 1, definitely, is Peter Nyang. Number 2 is Professor Kibwana.
Kifuta Kibwana.
Oh, Professor Kibwana, he has one of the most meticulous social justice agenda for Makueni. That's the only guy who knows what devolution is about. In fact, if I became governor, yes, I was just going to Xerox his whatever.
Copy paste.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong from you learning from people who've already invented the wheel.
Who's the third?
I have a social justice agenda. Prof will tell you that. Prof has a bit of regard for me.
Is that right?
Yeah, even as his people from Kisumu are insulting me left, right, and center.
Exactly.
Prof still thinks that I represent a school of thought that needs to be hard.
All right, Mheshimiwa, got a couple moments left before we end the show. By the way, Philip Kisia says hello.
Thank you, Philip. Why would you say it's
Philip, very long.
Philip, send me a text, man, to my. You can say, but Philip has been a friend. In fact, he kept advising me how this thing. Philip gave me the most absurd advice. Oh, but I enjoyed it. He told me, ndugu, paka ununue hiyo wanasiasa wakubwa, hakuna mahali unapenya. So I was like, why should I buy them? I think he was the one. Yeah, he actually believed that the only way you can get support from part of the owners of the party is to actually give them money regularly.
Goodness, maybe they do get it regularly. That's your camera over there. Camera number 2. Final thoughts going forward.
I think we have a great country. Young people must have the audacity to face the adverse political climate that we have. You must run for politics, you must believe in yourself, and you must make a difference. 17th October, let's make a difference. Whoever you might vote, you know, remember that this country is still going to remain the united Kenya. And I therefore believe it's a process, or it's and as the process ends, Jeff, people emerge from democratic processes stronger as a nation. And I believe we will emerge stronger as Kenya after the 17th. Our Supreme Court decision, landmark. We might be angry about it, but the world is celebrating Kenya. If he wins, he reaffirms his position. If he doesn't win, he also must accept it in grace. So therefore, I have no else to go. Personally, I'm Kenyan. I remain here, 100% Kenyan. And we must build this country. It's all we got for ourselves and our generations to come.
You're going to be on the ballot in 22?
You know, that's what I wanted. I wish you had asked me that question earlier. You know, I intend to be on the ballot in 2022. But I also have come to realize that you do not mortgage, sacrifice your political values and ideals just because you want to get elected. So if need will be, because there's a route I walked. People say never say never in politics, but I never intend to walk back through that route again. The people I left behind, from wherever I came from, I do not want to seek their support ever again. I do not want to go back to them ever again, hopefully. So what I want to do is move forward. And when you move forward, I hope I'll bridge new alliances, meet new people, and move forward. I cannot have been a reformer yesterday, and you castigate me because of an opinion I have today. That's gullibility. That's being turncoat, you know, and negate the history that we've had and the opinions that we ground ourselves on. So that is a route I want to have no reverse gear to. So what I'm saying is, if I get to that point, and that I can make an impact in any other position in the society, because I will not also negate my political values. I will not act stupid. Watu wa Mombasa sijui paka ujifanye mjinga. I will not do that. I will not pretend. I will not do anything that negates me as a person. I will not be different from Hassan Omar. So I get to that point and I do mathematics, and I need to take a different trajectory, I will take it. So let those people who say that umejimaliza. Trust me, my degree is genuine.
Watch this. Your degree is genuine. Najib Balala, CS Tourism, and I think he's global head of WTO or something. What was it?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
When I can say this without contradiction.
Yes.
If there's a politician from the coast region I felt a real pain having to run against, was Najib Balala. I really have a lot of respect for that gentleman.
By the way, he says, Omar is a man and Mombasa needs him. Great man.
He's also a good guy. From the day, Najib called me to congratulate me after the 2013 elections. And any time I've called the guy, any time I've sought intervention, because sometimes as representatives, our people need things here and there.
Sure.
Najib was always at hand. And he's maintained an integrity. I like him for one thing. Apart from the late Jacob Juma, I've never had anybody else make an allegation against Najib Balala. He's not greedy. He lives his life. He lives within his means. And that's the kind of caliber of people we need. And I'm not surprised that today he's what he is. He knows his tourism thing very well. Man.
Yeah, he does, back to front.
And I would ask Uhuru that even whatever the outcome, Najib is the leader in tourism in this country. Nobody beats Najib Balala.
All right.
And that comment, you will see some people who spin it to say Jubilee.
He's saying,
these guys, there is fanaticism. I was told as a Muslim that any form of fanaticism is dangerous. It's dangerous. Yeah, whether it's religious fanaticism, whether it's political fanaticism, whatever form of fanaticism. And we cannot fear making good opinions about people we think are good people.
There you go. Call it like you see it. Don't rule this man out. Good to see you, Senator.
Good to see you too, man. And thanks for your show.
Take care of that cold, Polisana.
Yeah, today I have to dispense myself.
Thanks for making it, man. Appreciate it.
Thank
you. Former Senator Hassan Omar of Mombasa can do not rule this man out. If you do it at your own peril. Watch this space. Wherever this man's going, You need to watch that space, right? Monica, what are our numbers looking like? Was Hassan Omar overambitious vying for Mombasa gubernatorial? 74. It's gone down slightly. 74% say yes, 26% say no.
I know how it goes to 74.
Go on.
I used to be in NASA, so I know how it gets to 74.
Note, I used to be in NASA. Maybe it's just me. Next week is a new week, new show, new guests, new themes. Thanks so much for being a part of this show. Remember, every Wednesday, it's all about those 3 letters on the keyboard that follow each other. JKL. Thanks for being a part of this show. Tomorrow morning with Jeff and Jalas on Hot 96. It's going to be a great morning. Who do we have as a guest? I forgot. But it's going to be good anyway. From 6 to 10 a.m. Who do we have? Oh, we have the guy. Remember the guy, the Kenyan guy who was in the British Army, who stepped on a landmine and had his leg blown off.
Yeah, I saw that guy in the.
What's his name?
It's called Italy or something.
Him.
Yeah.
He's on Hot 96 tomorrow morning.
I remember that name because of Philip Italy.
Philip Italy.
So I was like, did Philip have a
Yes.
friend, a brother in there?
going to be on, talk
so,
about inspiration, inspiring people, because his story is incredible. Join us tomorrow morning, 6 to 10 a.m. on Hot 96. Thanks so much for being a part of the show. Good night. Good luck. God bless. And JKL, powered by Telcom. Telcom, moving with you. Thank you, my brother.
You're watching JKL, brought to you by
Telcom, moving with you. Celebrating our heritage, we are stepping into a bold new future. Join us. Telcom, moving with you.